everybody, and welcome back to Andrew Rants, the video series where I stand upon my metaphorical soapbox pedestal of the world, and I bitch complain about things that annoy me, bother me, piss me off, and just plain old drive me crazy. It's school! Yes, today's the day I finally tackle the abomination that haunted me for 12 years. Plus the 18 months I spent going to tech school. But either way, school. Today's the day I'm finally diving into this nightmare atrocity. Now, I've already touched this a couple times, but this time it's time to go full balls to the walls. It's time to take the kid gloves off and man up and nut up and beat this thing down like it did for me for 12 long years. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I hated going to school. I flat out hated going to school. I hated having to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, to be at school by 7:30, or even worse, be at school by 9. When I was in elementary school, I had to be there by 9 in elementary school, and from middle school to high school, and from middle school till I graduated, I had to be there by 7:30. That's great. So I got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning because, well, when I was in middle school and high school, it made sense. In elementary school, it was, well, if you get up later than that, you're going to get yelled at because grandma and grandpa might get a little pissed off that you're sleeping in. Sure. Okay, I don't have to be at school till 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I'm just going to sleep in another, hour or so. No, I didn't get up well in the morning. I'm not a morning person, so that made sense to me. But it still pisses me off. It's like work nowadays. Okay, well, I'm furloughed as of right now until further notice because of the COVID thing, but still, when I work, I have to be up at 2 in the morning to be at work by 4. Let me repeat that again, okay? I have to get up at 2 a.m., shower, try to get something to eat, be out the goddamn door at 3. And be at work by 4 a.m., ready, willing, bright-eyed, smile, and a song on my lips, ready to work. You want to know what didn't prepare me for that nightmare? The 12-year prison sentence we all get sentenced to until we graduate. School! Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean that to be a horrible thing, but yeah, I never liked school. I hated it growing up. This is my philosophy on school. It is literally a prison. It is an overglorified prison. Think about it. Think logically, too, here for a moment, if you will. What do you do in school? You're stuck inside of 4 walls and a roof with other kids. Adults are basically the security guards, the principal's the warden, the superintendent's the warden's boss, and you basically have to do whatever you're told within those 4 walls. They tell you when you can pee, they tell you when you can eat, they tell you where to be, they know where you're going to be. You have to be here at this time, or here at this time, or here at this time. Then, if you're lucky, at the end of the day, you get to go home with everybody else. Unless you pissed off one of the guards, and then you have to go to detention. Yeah, gotta love detention. Then, when you're done with detention, then you get to go home. It's like an extra punishment. We know you don't like being here, so we're just gonna torture you by making you stay here longer. Okay, they're pissed off because they have to be here. Why then are you making them stay longer? That's defeating the purpose of a punishment. Then again, if you wouldn't get them up at 7 in the goddamn morning, basically, and have them be in there at the ass crack of dawn, there wouldn't be a problem with this. No, let's just march them in there at the ass crack of dawn, barely awake, barely alert, barely having anything in their stomach. I swear to God, if my high school would have served breakfast, they probably would have had more kids showing up in the morning. I shit you not. I mean, the one time we got breakfast because we were taking certain tests, and, well, they provided breakfast for the people taking the tests, which is basically my class and my grade. So we got to eat breakfast that morning. That was nice. No, it was. That was nice. Of course, that lasted, 3 days? So, yeah, 3 days. Out of 180 days, so that was 177 where we didn't get breakfast provided to us. Yeah, go figure, right? But I know it's annoying, it's a pain in the ass, but then, this is the thing that I hate. I mean, if you wouldn't get us up at the ass crack of dawn, there wouldn't be a problem, but then you're making us literally learn right off the bat. And if we have a test first thing in the morning, well, you're going to fail that. Why? You're still half asleep. Oh, yeah, I'm half asleep. Uh-huh. Wait, where am I? Oh, God, I'm back here again. It's that prison. Oh, God, I thought my term was over. I left yesterday. Yeah, nice try. You had to come back the next day. And that's just one horrific thing about it. I mean, I've already bitched about the start times of schools, and I still stand by that. It's horrible. If they honestly should make it later in the day to start. I mean, start high school and middle school at freaking 9 in the goddamn morning. I guarantee you, you will have people paying attention. Provide them breakfast, and you'll probably sucker them into coming. But then you have the classes. Oh, I love the classes. This is always fun. Because you have to go to certain classes. Well, let's see. How can we embarrass you today? Oh, yeah, history or social science, home economics. Oh, my personal favorite. You can go to science class. Math, English. Oh, yeah, all the good stuff. If you're taking a foreign language, be my guest. Then there's gym and any, art class you might have. Oh, yeah, they're always fun, aren't they? Yeah, let's go to gym class. I actually like gym. Gym was one of my favorite classes. I got an A in that class. Then again, that class was impossible to fail. Seriously, that was the easiest A you could freaking get in my high school. All you had to do was change for gym and at least try to do the activity. That's it. Literally, just changing was 90% of your grade. I could not figure out how my classmates were failing gym. Still to this day, I can never figure that out. But then you have classes like home economics. I got suckered into that my freshman year in high school. Because somehow, some way, somewhere along the line, they decided to sucker us by changing the name of it. I took a course that I believed was independent living. You know, living for one person. Solo, uno mio. No, that was an overglorified phrase for home economics, where I'm learning to cook a meal for 6 people, and I was one of 2 guys in the goddamn class. Yeah. Then I got stuck in the group that ended up kissing the teacher's ass, and oh, lo and behold, the day she decided to not be there and we had a lab, I refused to do the dishes because I got stuck doing them lab after lab after lab after lab so that the other 3 people in the group could sit at a table and shoot the shit. Well, at least 2 of the 3. And I got stuck doing lab after lab. Now, one I volunteered to do because the one that was supposed to do it wasn't feeling well and I was being nice. But that wasn't an open invitation to have me sit there and do the dishes every fucking lab. When I finally said, no, I'm not doing the dishes goddamn again. Oh, well, now you're being insubordinate. I'm writing you up. I find out when the teacher gets back the next day. Oh, great. So now I'm getting written up because, what, I stood my goddamn ground against the over-tyrannical person that was in charge of my group? Or the supposed leader of my group? Oh, okay, that's fine. Why not? What the hell? I mean, that wasn't the only class I ever had an issue in. No. When I was in middle school, I had an issue in my music class. My music teacher hated me with a passion. I cannot read notes, and happily we didn't have to do anything like that. But the problem was, I could give a rat's ass about the music we were being taught. Seriously, I could have cared less. In fact, you can literally count how many fucks I gave about it. None. And of course, well, he's failing my class. How's he failing? Well, why is he failing the class? Well, I don't know. He's not paying attention. He's not getting good grades on the tests. And this is the point when you bring this up to somebody. My mom had to drag it out of her to find out what the hell was going on. Then there's classes that made absolutely no sense. When I was a senior, I had to take this weird class that was supposed to give us skills to find a job. A similar class that I had to take not once, but twice at tech school. Yeah. And don't even get me started on that. Their entire system of, we're going to give you knowledge to help you succeed in the world, or at least give you basic knowledge to succeed in the world, then it's up to you to learn more, is their philosophy. Great. So when you don't tell them what you have planned to do after you graduate that horrid hellhole they called an education system, then all of a sudden it's, well, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that, you're not intelligent enough to do this. And they bring the hammer down on you. God forbid, for a freaking minute, they actually stop and think, gee, I wonder, is it at all possible that maybe, just maybe, he might have a plan for when he graduates? No. Because after having to spend 12 years getting my ass up at 6 o'clock in the goddamn morning, minus weekends, I said, and I quote, to the question, what are you going to do the first day after you graduate? I'm going to sleep in. That's the first thing that I thought of. Wrong answer. Oh my God, that shot off 1,000 red flags. You have no goals for the future. You have no idea what you want to do in your life. Oh my God, you're a horrible individual. These are educators telling me that I suck as a human being. That's great motivational skills. And that was from the guidance counselor. That's great guiding there. Classes sucked. Hallways that were a gigantic bottleneck of classmates. People were shoving all over the place. I remember in middle school, I got nailed in the back of the head once, and I never found out who did it. I mean, people could get easily shanked in the hallway. Nobody would know about it. And God forbid. I mean, and then there's lunch. Oh, God, lunch. I love this. You get X amount of time to eat your lunch, okay? I think it was like half an hour. I think that's what I got for lunch, was like half an hour. Oh, great, I get 30 minutes to eat. Okay, that's reasonable. My breaks at work during the holidays are 30 minutes. That's reasonable. I hate them then too, but still, it's reasonable. So I'm like, okay. I packed my lunch. Now, my mom refused to let me buy lunch. For one, it was expensive as hell. There was no a la carte line. There was no, oh, here, I just want a hot dog. I don't want the sauerkraut or the mashed potatoes. Just give me a hot dog and an iced tea and I'll be fine. No, you couldn't do that. You had to take all or nothing. If you only wanted the hot dog, oh yeah, they'll give you just the hot dog, but they'll charge you for the full meal. Hell no! I ended up writing about that for the school newspaper. It's like, oh yeah, no, the school lunches are horribly overpriced, blah, blah, blah. I did that very well. I'm actually proud of that article. But then, you have the time, and you're sitting there and you're watching all your classmates as they're standing in line. Now, when I get into the cafeteria, the line's usually stretching out to the hallway. Let me repeat that again. The line to get into the kitchen to get the food that you have to eat in 30 minutes is out to the hallway. Yeah. So basically, you're spending a good 25 minutes in that line. That's 25 minutes that you are now wasted, that you have to scarf your food down in 5 minutes. Way to go. And then, don't even get me started on the clicks. Yeah, anybody out there ever see the Lindsay Lohan movie Mean Girls? And you remember the cafeteria scene? If you have seen the movie, there's a cafeteria scene where she dictates and she's being explained about the certain areas where the cliques are. That's every fucking high school. Every single one. I actually pity people going into that nightmare. That is the 4-year maximum security middle finger that the school district gives you at the final push. They know your spirit's almost broken. They know they almost won. It's the final push to see how much they can break you. And then there's the thing that I hated the most in school. Oh, there's something you hated more than the cafeteria food? Well, I never really ate the cafeteria food, but I hated the cafeteria. I hated lunch. I mean, I packed, but I liked gym. I hated home ec. I hated some of my classes. I won't deny that. I mean, English, I always hated English. Math was fun depending on the teacher, but there were classes I hated. Guidance counselor was useless. No. What I hated the most in school, I hated this in middle school, I hated this in high school. Pep rallies. I hate pep rallies. I hate them with a passion. And I cannot even begin to tell you how much I hated that. I loved the fact that when I was a senior, I was told that because my senior class project wasn't technically done yet, that I would be forbidden to go to pep rallies. Oh my God! My eyes lit up like a Christmas tree! You mean to tell me that because I fucked up and this thing isn't technically done yet, I'm immune from going to this thing? Oh my God! It's a miracle! I found a crack in the system and it works! No, my punishment for not getting it done was I had to go to the pep rally because it was punishment to me! I hate them! My one friend, my best friend from high school will know this because I constantly complained in the stands while everything was happening. And he told me to shut up a couple times. I hate them. The whole thing I hate about it is that you're literally calling people out and praising an entire team for doing what the team's supposed to do. Oh, here's our track and field team, and they had a wonderful time this season. Let's give them a round of applause. Over here's our wrestling team. Let's give them another round of applause. And let's get the cheerleaders back out here again and have them do a little performance for everybody. I hated pep rallies because, I had no school spirit. None. My entire mindset for school was go there for 6 hours a day, be bored out of my mind for 6 hours a day, talk with my friends for a few minutes a day, and then go home to my own private hell. Drag along your homework. Yeah, right. I lucked out. I ended up getting like 3 study halls because I didn't choose electives that one time. Or I had electives that, it counts for the second half of the year. Hey, sweet! I score study halls! Yay! No, seriously, they broke up my entire year into 2 halves. One half of the year and the next half of the year. So for one half of the year, I could end up having study halls galore, and then the next half of the year, nothing. I had to take a computer class, and the one computer teacher was really nice. The other one, I think, was Satan's bitch. I swear to God, she had to have been Satan's bitch. The woman played Disney music. Disney music. Now granted, okay, it was only for like the days when we had a double period, so it was like twice the normal length of the class. But I could understand listening to, the Tarzan song every now and then, or something else. That was fine. Little things here and there. But then she would put on the Beatles. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the Beatles. I apologize if there are any Beatles fans out there that watch or listen to my stuff, but I'm not a huge fan of the Beatles. I like some of the songs, but I'm not a diehard fan. I'm one of those I'll take them or leave them type of guys. What bothers me is that she would play that music. Now, granted, sometimes you put on like oldies. I mean, I heard American Pie in there so many times it wasn't funny. Cats in the Cradle. I heard that stuff. But it's like, okay, I'm learning from a book. I'm an auditory learner, and I'm learning from a book while listening to Disney music from being taught or supposedly taught by a person that has the mindset and the aura around her that would pretty much crush a soda can 60 miles away. And I'm supposed to take this seriously? At that point, it's fly so low under the radar, it isn't funny. Hope and pray I don't piss anybody off and survive another day. My classmates hated me. I had teachers that hated me. Why in the hell would I voluntarily go here? As I said, school is a prison. And granted, then you graduate. That's the best part, the graduation ceremony. Here we allow them to walk up, get their diploma, this piece of paper that says they survived this 12-year hellhole and got this piece of paper. That's like going to see Halley's Comet colliding with Uranus. And all of a sudden you get a t-shirt that says, I witnessed the greatest event in modern history. The greatest event for centuries and millennium to come. Eons from now, people will still be talking about this. And all I got was this lousy t-shirt. That's basically it. I put up with 12 years of a living hell. From a kindergarten teacher that hated me, a first grade teacher that hated me, a fifth grade teacher that hated me. I had to put up with kids hating me, a bully in sixth grade that threw a desk at me. I'm not joking, a freaking desk. I had to put up with bullying. I had to put up with teachers bullying me. I had to put up with an innate guidance counselor. And I get this piece of paper that says I have graduated from this nightmaric hellhole. That's what I get? I put up with this thing for 12 years. 13 if you count kindergarten, but basically 12 years. And this is all I get? I have mental scars that will haunt me the rest of my natural life. I have memories that no matter how many boards I put on the haunted house will never go away. I see things. I have memories of things. I remember accusations that were made to me by my classmates. I remember getting yelled at by the assistant principal and my one classmate's parents and grandmother for something that I didn't even do. Those are all stuck in my head for the rest of my natural life, a living hell forever trapped in my mind. And I get this piece of paper. The final insult, as far as I'm concerned, to an entire school career. Books that are outdated I can take because you have the internet. Okay, that's fine. I'll just look it up online. Google's my best friend now. Students that are selling drugs in the bathroom. Oh, yeah, well, that's normal. Theft of locker stuff. Lockers that when I first got to high school were so beat up and crappy that it was a miracle if they survived. A system for reporting problems. You couldn't just go and tell somebody I'm getting picked on. You have to go up the chain of command. Screw the chain of command. I had somebody in high school threaten to kill me. I went right to the assistant principal. I wasn't putting up with this shit. And that was after some coaxing by my friend, too, to talk to the assistant principal under the guise of either you talk to him or I'll talk to him for you. It was a good idea I did. That panned out really well. That was actually a better idea than I thought. But still, I have to put up with all of that. Bullying, annoyances, moronices. A school lunch that was horrible. Well, granted, like I said, I packed, but you get the gist. I'm throwing everybody in for that one. Outdated books, classrooms that were annoying, classmates that were annoying, stupid start times, haunted house levels of crap that I will never be able to unsee, and all I get is a diploma that says that I basically went through this nightmare for 12 years. For 12 years, I had to put up with this. And that's all I get. I could have went for a high school equivalency and basically scored an easier out. 12 years. It's like your graduation. Here's your parole hearing. Oh, you're graduating. Congratulations. Your parole's been approved. Here you go. We're releasing you back out into the wild. No longer are you caged, my son and my child. Go out and be free. You take one step out the door, you go to college or a tech school or job. And you're right back where you started again. And the cycle begins all over again. I hated school with a passion. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Were you a fan of school? Did you have good memories? Or was it more or less something that you'd love to forget? I mean, I got some good friends from there. A couple of them I still keep in touch with. But otherwise, yeah. School was a joke. I hated it with a passion. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Sorry, I felt a little bit of a hiccup or a burp coming on. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and this has been Andrew Rants.